Jayson Tatum is one of those players who almost everyone agrees is great, but very few people seem fully comfortable calling him truly untouchable. He scores at a high level, he defends, he rebounds, and he has clearly become one of the central stars of the modern NBA. On the surface, he looks like exactly the kind of player every franchise wants to build around. So the easy take is simple. Jayson Tatum is a superstar. Jayson Tatum is elite. Jayson Tatum is one of the best wings in basketball. But here is the uncomfortable question that keeps hanging around him. If Tatum is truly that level of player, why do so many people still hesitate before putting him in the very highest tier? Because when you really watch him, the debate is not about talent. The debate is about force. Tatum has the skill. He can score from three, get to the mid-range, finish inside, and create difficult shots late in the clock. He has size, he has touch, and he has enough versatility to hurt defenses in different ways. But there are still too many moments when his impact feels quieter than it should for someone with that much ability. That is where the criticism starts. People do not question whether Tatum is gifted. They question whether he consistently imposes himself on the game the way the very top superstars do. Because the highest level of NBA greatness is not just about having the full scoring package. It is about forcing your presence onto the game so clearly that the other team feels it on every possession. And that is where Tatum still divides people. There are nights when he looks like a top 5 player in the league. Then there are stretches when the game seems to drift, his decision making gets looser, and the aggression does not feel constant enough. Now, to be fair, Tatum has already proven a lot. He has performed in huge games, carried major offensive responsibility, and developed into a far more complete player than many people expected early in his career. He is not one-dimensional, and he is not fragile. He has real production, real playoff experience, and real value on both ends of the floor. But here's where things get interesting. When people compare Tatum to the very top names in the league, the question is not whether he is good enough. The question is whether he is feared enough. That sounds harsh, but it matters. When a player is truly in that absolute top tier, the conversation changes from respect to fear. Defenses panic more, teammates lean on that player more, the emotional weight of the game shifts around that player's presence. With Tatum, that feeling comes and goes. Sometimes he looks like a cold-blooded closer. Sometimes he looks like a player still deciding how aggressive he wants to be. And in a league where margins are small and the best players are judged by the sharpest moments, that inconsistency becomes part of the story. There is also a style issue here. Tatum's game is smooth, polished, and controlled. But sometimes, smooth can be mistaken for passive. Sometimes polish can feel less forceful than it actually is. Sometimes a player can be highly effective without creating the emotional reaction people associate with all-time great wings. That affects perception. And once perception becomes part of the conversation, every rough shooting night, every quiet fourth quarter, and every game where he settles too much starts feeding the same debate. So now, the real question is not whether Jayson Tatum is great. We already know he is. The real question is whether he has fully crossed the line into being the kind of superstar who leaves no doubt. Because if he can pair all of his skill with relentless late game pressure, sharper decision making, and a more obvious sense of takeover mentality, then he has everything needed to silence this conversation. But if the same uneven stretches keep showing up, people will keep asking the same question. Is Jayson Tatum truly a top-tier NBA superstar, or is he one level below the names people instinctively trust the most? That is why this debate keeps coming back. The talent is not the issue. The consistency of force is. And maybe that is the real pressure on Tatum. He is no longer being judged by potential. He is being judged by whether his greatness feels undeniable every single postseason, every single fourth quarter, and every single time the game tightens up against the best competition. Do you agree, or am I completely wrong?